Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Ian, and I'm the owner of Right Start Newcomer Services. So today we have a great live stream. We have a special treat near the end of the live stream. So today's lesson is going to be about making small talk. So this is a great topic, a very important topic that we're going to use every day here in Canada. So this lesson is a little bit higher than last time. So the level is about for a CLB or Canadian Language Benchmark level 5 or 6, which is sort of an intermediate level of English. So welcome to the live stream. I'm so happy to have you with us today. Let's get going. And you'll learn about a special treat later. Okay, so hopefully you can see the screen there. Let's get right into it. Those of you who are watching, so if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, please comment, ask questions. I'm going to be asking you questions, and feel free to share your thoughts. How do you think it's going? Are you having fun? And ask us any questions that you might have. We will be very happy to answer your questions. And if you're watching on YouTube later, thank you very much for watching too, and please like and subscribe to our channel. Okay, so today we are talking about small talk. We are going to discuss what is small talk, when do we use small talk, and why is it important to practice and improve our ability to make small talk. We are also going to discuss good topics and bad topics for small talk. Oh, we have a comment. Awesome. I'm just going to add that here. Mohammed says, 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, Mohammed. Nice to see you, buddy. How's everything? I know that there's a bit of a delay. So there's a delay from when I talk, from when you hear me, and when you comment. So there's usually about a 10-second delay with Facebook. Okay, so anyway, we're going to talk about good topics and bad topics for making small talk. We're also going to discuss small talk tips. So these are little suggestions about how to make your small talk better. Oh, and Mohammed answered me, and he said, we are all set. All set to learn, or yes. Oh, Khaloud's there too. Hi, Khaloud. It's been a while. Khaloud is Mohammed's wife. So thank you both for joining us. And we're going to learn about small talk together. Awesome. Okay, we are going to learn a little bit of grammar. I know we don't like studying grammar so much, but we're going to practice asking open-ended questions. And this is really, really important for small talk. We are going to learn a few expressions. So we're going to give some examples about how to start a conversation and how to start, small talk. And I'm going to give a demonstration. So my good friend Shawn is going to join us today. And we're just going to give some demonstrations for good listening practice about how to make good small talk and how to make bad small talk. Well, we'll show you what not to do when you're making small talk. We've got another comment. Awesome. Joe's here. Hey, hi, have a great day. I am. Are you? Or does that mean you're leaving us already, Joe? Anyway, so that's the plan for today. We have some really great points. First question, what is small talk? So I'm putting this out there for any viewers today. What is small talk? I'll give you a few minutes to write an answer. If there's no answers, I have a definition for you. Shawn says, chatting with friends and colleagues. I can't add that one to the second. But yes, small talk is chatting. Maybe you know that word, C-H-A-T, chat. Little talk with your friends, with your colleagues. Colleagues means co-workers, so people you work with. people in your neighborhood, people in your building. These are the people who we make small talk with. And my definition is small talk is light, easy conversation, usually about things that are not very important. So little things, the weather, my cat, or a movie that I saw. So small talk is really about those little topics, but it is very important. Some people think, oh, small talk is not important, but it is very important for making good relationships. And we have an answer from Lena. Thank you for joining us, Lena. Lena says it's a fast conversation between people, and that is exactly right. Usually it's short, but small talk can last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Maybe Shawn and I are eating lunch together and we just have a little talk with us. We talk about nice little things and it can go on for quite a while sometimes. Great, thank you for that point, Lena. And Mohammed says, talking about the weather. Yes, Canadians love to talk about the weather. It's a beautiful day today. It's gonna snow. Oh, it's raining again. So we love to talk about the weather. If you don't know what to talk about the weather. And the person you're talking to will be very happy to chat about the weather. So let's move on. Thank you for that comment, Mohammed. And I'll take that off. Okay, moving on. When do we use small talk? We already talked about this. So with family and friends. So maybe I'm talking to my wife's mother and we make some small talk. Maybe I'm talking to my friend, I haven't seen them in a while, and we're gonna make some small talk together. Maybe at work, talking to your coworkers. And even an important situation like a job interview, still we make small talk with the people who are interviewing us and with the people who work at that place. Kalut, awesome. In the elevator, we make conversation in the elevator. Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you here in the building before. Or again, talk about the weather. You can talk about anything, but that will be a very fast, short conversation in the elevator. Okay, great point, Kalut. Thank you. Where else? Networking. So maybe we are new in Canada and we want to make friends and connections. So we go to an event, and this is when we use small talk to meet new people and to build our network. Social events, at a party, at a dinner, at a friend's house. Maybe there's people we don't know and we use small talk to break the ice. Have you heard that expression, break the ice? So basically, when we don't know somebody, it feels a little cold. We don't know what to say. So we make small talk to break the ice, and then we build a relationship. School, in class, at break time, after class, before class, with a teacher, we use small talk a lot then. In the community, shopping, at the recreation center, we use small talk in all of these places. On the phone. So maybe we are calling somebody. We also have to make small talk on the phone sometimes. So we can see many places we use small talk. Pretty much anywhere with anybody. You're going to have to be able to make small talk. This is a big question. Why is small talk important? We said it's little talk, but why is small talk important? Just waiting for any comments or answers. Shawn says, to establish a connection. Very good. So make a connection between you and the person that you are talking to. Lena said exactly the same thing. Wow. So, great minds think alike. Do you know that expression? Two smart people say the same thing at the same time. So, we need to make connections. Everything we have in this world comes from other people, right? So, family, friends, customers, coworkers, bosses. It is super duper important. And Lena has another great comment, to find friends. That is exactly right. We want to make new friends so we are not so alone in Canada. So it's very important we are able to use small talk. Small talk, this is my definition. Small talk is important for creating new relationships and making relationships stronger. So making new relationships and then building our old relationships. And I like this expression. This is a quote. Big relationships are built on small talk. Big relationships are built on small talk. So small talk leads to big relationships. Danielle made a great point here. Because everyone is busy. That is correct. People are busy. So sometimes we just have time for short, quick conversation. We don't have time to talk about our life, to say too much stuff at once. And Shahili's here. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you, Shahili. I hope you are well. Shahili was my student. Oh my, how long ago was that, Shahili? Probably at least 6 or 7 years ago. So it's wonderful that I can still be your teacher after all this time. Great. Okay, so let's move on. What's the next thing? What do we talk about? So what are good topics for small talk? There are good topics and bad topics. Some things are very good for small talk. Oh, I have to post this. You are my favorite teacher. Thank you. That is not really a small talk topic, but thank you very much, Shohili. I remember you are such a good student, and I hope you are doing well. But anyway, does anybody have any idea what can we talk about besides the weather? I think we mentioned that one already, and I think that that one is first on my list. So, weather. We already discussed that. Talk about the weather, and you can talk to anybody. I don't know about in the north of Canada when the weather is always cold and snowy. Do they talk about the weather all the time? I really don't know. Tips about shopping. Okay. Mohammed says tips about shopping. Sure, we can talk about shopping. I know some people who love to talk about shopping, and everybody likes to save money. So sure, why not talk about saving money? Where do you go to get, rice? Where do you go to get chicken? Where do you go to get apples? Yeah, sure, everybody likes to talk about shopping. I didn't think of that one, but that is a great one, Mohammed. Okay, I have a few more ideas if there's no other comments. Food, I guess that's related to shopping. Everybody likes to talk about food. Maybe you're eating your lunch in the office. Somebody said, oh, what's that? Oh, it's chicken curry. Oh, that smells delicious. How do you make it? And you can have a really good conversation about food. Excellent. Weekend or evening plans. So what are you doing this weekend? What are you going to do after work tonight? So people like to talk about what they do during their off time or fun time. Super. Oh, sorry. Travel or vacation. People like to talk about trips they're going to take or have taken. Family. Use this one, but not too much about family, right? So maybe we know somebody has children. So we ask, how are your kids? How is little Lisa doing in school? So talking about family is great, but you can do it too much. Sometimes people don't want to hear everything about your family because maybe it will be boring for them. So talk about family, but not too much. Olga says, weather with a wink. Yes, definitely. We talk about weather all the time. Thank you, Olga. This is great. We have so many viewers. I'm very excited. Work. We do talk about work, but again, you can talk about work too much. So, little bit about work. How's work going? Are you doing anything interesting at work? And that's probably it. Entertainment. So people like to have fun. They like to talk about things that are entertaining. So TV shows, movies, sports, books. Try to find out what the other person likes to do for entertainment, and then try and talk about that, right? Maybe you know a friend who's really into music. Like my friend Shawn loves music, so maybe we talk about music. I know he plays the guitar, so maybe that's a good idea to talk about that. We have another comment. Abdullah, hi. Hi, Abdullah, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Great, okay, moving on. Hobbies. What do we do for fun? Again, music, you play sports. These are great topics of conversation. Maybe something interesting happened in the news, right? Maybe there's, I don't know, the Queen had a new baby. Probably not because she is about 100 years old, but that would be really, really interesting. And maybe we will talk about that for a while. Traffic. People like to talk about traffic. Yeah, but a little bit goes a long way. Talk about traffic a little bit, but don't complain about the traffic too much. Okay, we have another comment. Mohammed says, how to should snow in the winter? Do you mean shovel snow? Shovel snow? Or just talk about snow in general? Definitely, we can talk about shoveling snow. Great. And Abdullah says, I'm fine, thanks. Thank you, Abdullah. I'm fine as well. Mohammed says, yes, sorry. So talk about shoveling snow. Yes, that is a fascinating conversation topic. Perfect. Okay, so those are some great topics. Think about those. Think about questions you can ask about those things. Let's move on to bad topics. So these are topics you do not want to talk about with small talk. Can you think of bad topics for small talk? Usually we don't want to talk about things that make the other person sad or angry or bored. We don't want the person we're talking to feel like, oh, this conversation is going on forever. Okay, discuss our salary. Yes, Mohammed, we don't usually discuss salary unless we're really good friends with somebody. So if we are close with them, they are family, they are friends, we can talk about money and salary, but usually not. Who is this beautiful lady? Oh, it's my wife. She says religion. Do not discuss religion. So, what religion are you? Your religion is bad, mine is good. That will lead to bad feelings and an argument. Thank you, honey. That was a very good point. Okay, great. So those are good ones. Money, religion, we don't want to talk about. What else? Complaining too much. We don't want to say, oh, my life is terrible. I'm so sad all the time. Well, maybe you are sad and you need help. But if you complain too much, the person does not want to talk to you, does not want to be your friend, and maybe does not want to give you a job or give you any assistance. Olga made a good point here. No politics. Politics means something about the government, and especially political parties. So are you liberal? Are you conservative? Are you Green Party? Because maybe I feel very strongly about the Green Party. And if you don't like the Green Party, now we can't be friends. And that's not the point of small talk. The point of small talk is to make as many friends as we can. So, good point. Mohammed has another one related to politics. Who you voted for. So in Canada, you are free to tell anybody how you vote, but usually we don't talk about that. So again, we don't want to talk about politics. Great point, Mohammed. Thank you. Okay. Talking only about ourselves is not a good idea too. I do this. I like that. I don't like that. Over time, that will get a little boring. So it's better to focus on the other person. Politics, we said that. Religion, we said that. Gossip, what does this word gossip mean? Maybe that's a new word for some people. Okay, I don't see any comments coming in. So gossip is, talking about somebody usually in a negative way that you both know. So maybe I'm talking about my coworker. Oh, did you hear that Brenda is getting a divorce from her husband? Oh, a divorce. Oh my gosh. But, word might go back to Brenda that we were talking about her getting a divorce. Now she's very upset that people are talking about her. So we don't want really to talk about gossip. That's like what Shohili just said. Talk about people. We can talk about people if it's good, if it's a good thing, but if it's a bad thing, maybe we should not say that. Very good, Shohili. And Abdullah said, the winter will be done soon. Let us talk about spring. Yeah, everybody likes to talk about spring. So that's a good point. Talk about the happy seasons. It's related to weather, but everybody likes to talk about the future when it's going to be warmer and sunnier. Thank you, Abdullah. That was great. There's a few more things I wanted to add. Offensive jokes are not good for small talk. So these are jokes or statements that can hurt somebody's feelings, right? So you don't want to make fun of any group of people or anything like that. So jokes are maybe a good thing to avoid anyway, and especially ones that can hurt somebody. Something that people can't relate to. So if I talk on and on about a movie I like, so I watched a movie, but nobody else knows this movie, and I go on and on and on and on, people will be bored and they don't want to talk to me anymore. So make sure the other person likes to talk about that topic too. Death or illness. So don't go to somebody, I'm going to die soon, or I am so sick, I just want to die. So nobody likes to think about death and illness, and we don't know that person very well, maybe. So don't talk about death and illness. Don't talk about money. We already discussed that one. So salary, how much something costs, how much money we have in the bank. These are not very good topics for small talk. And finally, someone's appearance, especially negative things. So it's okay to say something nice, maybe, usually about the person's clothes. Oh, you have a nice tie. Thank you very much. Or I like your haircut. Oh, thank you very much. But don't say, oh, teacher, you are fat. Or you're looking old these days. Or you must be tired. These are not good conversation starters. So those are my ideas for topics that you should not talk about. Thank you for giving your own ideas as well. So I just have a few tips for small talk. One, ask open-ended questions. So these are questions that will make the person talk. Not just a short yes-no question, but a question that will make them talk for at least a few minutes. Next point is to actively listen. So pay attention, look at them, nod your head when they say something good, shake your head when they say something bad. That is how you actively listen. And you can say things. So you hear something exciting and you say, oh, wow, that's so cool. Or amazing, wow, I wish I was there. So actively listen, look at, and respond to the other person. Next one, this is big these days. Put away your phone. So if you're looking at your phone and the other person is talking, they know that you are not really listening to them because you can only really do one thing at a time. So put away the phone, pay attention to the other person. Next is to show excitement. So be happy, be excited to talk to the person because it will show on your face. And if you are not excited to talk to them, they will not be excited to talk to you. Make the other person comfortable. So, welcome them if they're coming into your home, welcome them, give them a seat, offer them some coffee or juice or tea or water, and make them feel comfortable so they will be able to open up with you. Open up. So open up means share something. Share a little bit about yourself, right? So you can only talk about the weather so much, but share something about your family, about your work, about where you're from, and this will help to start the conversation. The last one, and I see this a lot, don't ask for help or ask for something right away. So don't meet somebody and say, can you help me get a job? You don't know that person. Why should they help you and do you a big favor like that? Okay, great. So any questions about these tips? Sorry, Shawn, I know we're running a bit late. I hope you don't have to be anywhere right now. We're almost there. The next point is just a little grammar point about asking questions. So when we ask open-ended questions, usually we have a question word like who, what, or how. Then we might have a helping verb, so be, do, or have. What is the subject of the question? And then there may be a main verb as well. So for example, where is the question word? Were is the helping verb. You is the subject. Born is the main verb. So where were you born? And this might start a good conversation with somebody. Another example, what is the question word. Helping verb is did. Subject is you. And then the main verb is do last night. What did you do last night? Who is she? So this is a very simple one. Who is a question word. The verb is, and she is the subject. So just make sure that you practice asking these types of questions. So here are some conversation starters. How's it going? What have you been up to means what are you doing these days? What's it doing out there? So what's the weather? What are you up to this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? How's work going? So how is your job? How are you doing at work? And where are you going on vacation this year? So think of these. You can use these to start a conversation, or you can make your own conversation starting questions. We have an answer here. Oh boy. Trevor, where are you from? Halifax. Okay, thanks for answering, Trevor. Trevor's a teacher. I know he's not really learning much from this live stream. Maybe he's learning how to be a good teacher. That would benefit him greatly in the future. He played Nintendo. He's going to Jamaica. Trevor, you're doing great, man. Excellent English there, Trev. And now is the point we've all been waiting for. So my friend Shawn is joining us. We are going to have a little small talk demonstration. We have not practiced this demonstration. So Shawn and I are going to give an example of good small talk and bad small talk. So I'm going to welcome Shawn onto the screen now. And here he is. Hey, Shawn.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's a beautiful sunny day out there. I'm enjoying that. I'm going to take my dogs for a walk later. How about you?
Oh, you have dogs? I didn't know you had dogs.
Yeah, I've got 2 dogs and a cat.
Oh, sweet. I'm pretty good, but here in Halifax, it's pretty cloudy. It's not that nice of a day out there.
Oh, really? I'm only 30 minutes outside Halifax, and it's nice and sunny where I am. Maybe it'll come to you soon.
Yeah. Where are you, Shawn? Where are you located?
I live in Upper Tantallon, so it's about 25 minutes outside the city.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And how about you?
Yeah, I'm right in Halifax, so I'm living in Clayton Park these days. It's just me and Michelle and the cat. Yeah, we're just in an apartment here.
Okay, nice.
Cool. So that was a little bit of small talk. So Shawn and I are friends. We are not strangers. We're just catching up a little bit. So why don't we give an example of bad small talk? So let's imagine that we don't know each other, Shawn. So maybe we are new coworkers. We just started working together. We're having lunch together, and let's make some bad small talk. So maybe I'll start it. Okay. So hey, yeah, I don't think I really like this job because the salary sucks. They only want to pay me $30,000 a year.
Oh, that's a little low, I guess. I've been here a little longer, so I'm in a bit of a different situation, I suppose. But yeah.
What? I was on my phone. Huh? What did you say? Can you say that again?
Sure. I was just saying that not everyone's in the same situation. If you have more experience and have been here longer, you might get a raise. It might get better in the future.
Oh yeah. Did you see that old fat guy working at the front desk? What's his name?
Well, George, I think he's been working on his weight for a few years. He exercises quite a bit, actually. He's a really nice guy, in fact.
Yeah, I don't like him. He seems like a jerk to me, but yeah, whatever.
Maybe if you were a bit friendlier, he would be friendly with you too. Perhaps.
You don't think I'm friendly? Well, he wasn't nice to me when I came in this morning.
Oh, okay. I've had a different experience with him.
Yeah, well, whatever, man.
Well, what do you think about Trudeau? I mean, this whole vaccination rollout, it's taken forever, eh?
Trudeau. Oh, I hate Trudeau. He's a total idiot. I can't believe he's the prime minister.
No, at least we agree on something, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so as you can tell, we did not practice this before the live stream, but what did you get from our conversation? So the first one was supposed to be good small talk. What did we talk about? Does anybody remember? Trevor made an insightful comment here. He loves sweets. So I don't know. I don't really know what that's in respect to. Maybe George. By the way, George is a great guy and he's not overweight. Michelle says, yes, we did talk about the weather. So Shawn said how nice it is there. I said it's cloudy here. And that was a good way for us to break the ice. Anything else we talked about?
It's cloudy here now too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So Nova Scotia, wait 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. Awesome. So I remember we talked about weather. We talked a little bit about his dogs. So his family. Trevor, another insightful comment. Yes, George. Thank you, Trevor. Don't you work, Trevor? Don't you have somewhere to be right now? Trevor says politics is a no-no. No, we don't want to talk about politics. Okay, let's go to the bad conversation. And what were the things that we talked about that you shouldn't do in a small talk conversation?
I was trying to avoid them.
Yeah, I was trying to be a jerk, a bad conversationalist. So I talked about like some gossip. I said something negative about somebody. So that was a no-no. That was a bad thing. What else did I talk about?
I found it very difficult to respond to your comment about salary.
Salary, right. So
Yeah.
I talked about my salary. Shawn, he was uncomfortable talking about money because maybe he thought I wanted to know his salary, and it's not a good place to talk about salary. Great. We have another comment. Talk about good things. I'm at work, guys. We'll watch later. Good luck, guys. Thank you, Jalile. Jalile is one of our biggest fans. She comes to all of our events. And Abdullah says, don't make personal attacks on morality, lifestyle, and beliefs. Exactly. So no personal attacks about somebody's beliefs, lifestyle, or morality. That is great, Abdullah.
Or their weight.
So Shawn, you're a teacher. Do you have any tips about making small talk or suggestions for our viewers today?
I think you've covered the most important ones, such as asking open-ended questions in order to continue a smooth conversation. Simple yes and no questions only go so far, right? They stop pretty quickly and they can't really continue and develop the relationship. And I think you definitely touched on a lot of the topics to avoid. I think a lot of topics are open for conversation. There are lots of good points you can discuss, but it's important to know what might make people feel uncomfortable. And I think you've covered those.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have any tips for practicing small talk? So what are some situations that learners can put themselves in to improve their small talk ability?
I think these days, because of COVID, it's been very difficult. Not only are people not traveling as much or socializing as much, people are also wearing a mask when they're out. So it's a little more difficult to see facial expressions and know how they're feeling. But if you have the opportunity to network online, go to networking events and job fairs and things like that, community organizations are great opportunities to meet people as well. And even just if you're taking the bus, waiting at the bus stop, saying hello to somebody, smiling, even if your face is covered, they can see your eyes smile a little bit and talk about the weather, as you said. I think those are all good opportunities.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So we didn't talk about the nonverbal communication. So how do we communicate with our face and our body that tells somebody that we want to talk to them and that we are open to a good conversation? So Shawn said, even if you're wearing a mask, smile because they can see your eyes and they know that you're a friendly person. But you're absolutely right. There are less chances to practice. But, people are still going to the store, taking the bus, going out, and hopefully that will improve more and more through the summer. So, English is all about practice. Practice, practice, practice. Any chance you get. It's great if you have a teacher to practice with, but practice with your classmates, practice with your friends, family, anybody. And there's all kinds of groups, conversation groups that you can join in. Great. Does anybody have a question for Shawn? I know he's busy and he's got to go, but Shawn's been a teacher for how long now, Shawn?
Since 2003 to some degree.
2003, so 18 years, 17, 18
off and on.
years?
There have been a few breaks to study and things like that, but yeah, quite a while.
Yeah. And you were teaching overseas for a while, Shawn, before you were teaching in Canada?
Toronto for a few years, and I've been back in Halifax with a few different organizations, but now with iSense.
Yeah, great. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Let's thank Shawn. Thank you very much for joining us, Shawn. Sorry we ran a little bit late, but I think it was a great demonstration that we gave.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me. It's nice to be part of this.
Yeah, no problem, Shawn. Hopefully we'll have you again sometime.
Sure. Sounds great.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.
Bye, Shawn. Okay, awesome. So we're pretty much done here. I just want to review what we've been talking about today. So we talked about what is small talk and why it's important. We talked about good and bad topics for small talk. We talked about some tips. How can we get better at small talk? We covered the grammar. How do we ask open-ended questions? So remember the formula for asking questions. And finally, what are some good conversation starters? So what are some questions we can ask to get that conversation going? Trevor says, great work, gentlemen. Thank you, Trev. Maybe you can come on sometime. I know you're busy with work these days, but maybe you can come on, and I know you would be an awesome guest. So if there are no final questions, I want to thank everybody very, very much for joining us today. Thank you so much for watching. You can go back and watch this again. So it's available on Facebook. You can go to our YouTube channel. And if you go to our YouTube channel, please subscribe and like the video. And you can also get these lessons on our website. So our website, www.rightstartcanada.ca. Thank you so much for participating, and I will see you next time. So these are going to be regular live streams. So weekly, I think we're going to do 2 live streams starting next week. So I hope to see you again next week. Thank you very much.